Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Buckle up, because we've got some explosive, breaking news coming straight out of Dallas that's rocking Cowboys Nation to its core. This isn't about a storm rolling in from the Texas plains. Oh no, this is a full-blown internal hurricane, and it's threatening to derail the Dallas Cowboys' 2025 season before it even gets into high gear. We're talking about a bombshell report that's just dropped, revealing a heated, behind-closed-doors eruption from none other than offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer. The target of his fury? Tight end Jake Ferguson, a young star who was once seen as the future of this offense. But now, after a shocking outburst where Schottenheimer reportedly declared, "He's done," the entire franchise is reeling, and questions are swirling about team chemistry, Ferguson's future, and whether this Cowboys team can hold it together under the weight of sky-high expectation. This is the kind of drama that could define the season, so let's dive into every single detail of what's going down in Big D. The Cowboys have always been a team under a microscope. With their massive fan base, a larger-than-life owner in Jerry Jones, and a legacy of Super Bowl aspirations, every move this franchise makes is dissected like a science experiment. But what's happening right now? It's next-level chaos. According to sources inside the Cowboys facility, the tipping point came during a recent practice session that went completely off the rails. Jake Ferguson, the 26-year-old tight end who burst onto the scene last season as a reliable target for Dak Prescott, has been struggling mightily in 2025. Dropped passes, missed blocking assignments, and what some insiders are calling a lack of urgency have plagued his performance. During this particular practice, Ferguson reportedly botched a critical red zone drill, blowing an assignment that caused the entire offense to grind to a halt. That's when Schottenheimer, a coach known for his cool-headed analytical approach, completely lost it. Witnesses say he slammed his play sheet to the ground, pointed directly at Ferguson, and shouted those three chilling words: "He's done." Those words didn't just echo through the practice facility, they sent shockwaves through the entire organization. Now, let's take a step back and unpack who Jake Ferguson is and why this moment is so significant. Ferguson, a fourth-round pick out of Wisconsin in 2022, had a breakout 2024 season that had Cowboys fans buzzing. He racked up over 700 receiving yards, hauled in multiple touchdowns, and showed the kind of athleticism and football IQ that made people believe he could be the long-term replacement for Dalton Schultz, who left for Houston a couple of years back. Ferguson was supposed to be a cornerstone of this offense, a safety valve for Dak Prescott in the passing game and a physical presence in the run game. But 2025 has been a different story. The drops have piled up key passes in high-pressure moments, slipping through his hands. His blocking, once a strength, has been inconsistent at best. And sources say his route running has lacked the precision that Schottenheimer's complex offensive scheme demands. Fans have noticed it, analysts have pointed it out, and now it seems the coaching staff has had enough. The incident itself is wild, but what's even more concerning is what it reveals about the state of the Cowboys locker room. Insiders are painting a picture of a team on edge, with tensions simmering for weeks behind closed doors. One source described the relationship between Schottenheimer and Ferguson as beyond repair. Apparently, Schottenheimer has been trying everything to get Ferguson back on track: tough love, one-on-one film sessions, even simplifying parts of the playbook to help him get comfortable. But according to those close to the situation, Ferguson just hasn't responded. He's reportedly been disengaged, failing to show the kind of focus and accountability the coaching staff expects. And that practice meltdown? It was the straw that broke the camel's back. Schottenheimer, who's been with the Cowboys since 2023 and has a reputation for being a player's coach, reached his breaking point. "Enough is enough," he reportedly said before delivering the "he's done" line that's now the talk of Dallas. So, what does this mean for Jake Ferguson's future with the Cowboys? Right now, it's looking grim. While he's still on the roster and participated in walkthroughs the day after the outburst, Insiders say his role is in serious jeopardy. The Cowboys are reportedly weighing all their options, and they're not holding back. We're talking about potentially benching him entirely, trading him before the mid-season deadline, or brace yourselves, even cutting ties altogether if his performance doesn't turn around immediately. This is a stunning fall from grace for a player who, just a year ago, was being hailed as one of the brightest young talents on the roster. Adding fuel to the fire, younger tight ends like Peyton Hendershot and rookie Juwan Bell have been turning heads in practice. Both have reportedly been getting more first-team reps, sending a clear message from the coaching staff: shape up or ship out, Jake. But this drama isn't just about one player. It's a symptom of a much bigger issue within the Cowboys organization. Sources describe the locker room atmosphere as tense, with some players even calling it toxic. The pressure to win in Dallas is unlike anywhere else in the NFL. After yet another postseason disappointment in 2024, where the Cowboys fell short in the playoffs, despite high expectations, the stakes for 2025 are enormous. This is a team that's supposed to be contending for a Super Bowl, not imploding over internal conflicts in June. Head coach Mike McCarthy, while not directly addressing the Schottenheimer-Ferguson clash, dropped some not-so-subtle hints during a recent media availability. "Everyone has to be accountable," McCarthy said, his tone firm. "We've got a standard here, and that standard applies to everybody from our Pro Bowlers to our special teams guys to our tight ends. You've got to bring it every day." Translation? Nobody's safe, not even a fan favorite like Ferguson. Let's talk about Dak Prescott for a moment, because he's a central figure in this saga. As the Cowboys' franchise quarterback, Prescott has leaned heavily on Ferguson in the past as a reliable checkdown option when the deep shots to CeeDee Lamb or Brandon Cooks aren't there. But in recent games, analysts who've studied Prescott's eye movement on film have noticed a shift. He's looking away from Ferguson, opting instead for Lamb on deep routes or checkdowns to running back Rico Dowdle or even backup tight ends. This isn't just a coincidence. It's a sign that trust is eroding between the quarterback and his tight end. And in an offense that relies on timing and chemistry, that's a massive red flag. If Prescott doesn't trust Ferguson to be where he's supposed to be, or to catch the ball when it's thrown his way, the entire offensive game plan could be in trouble. The ripple effects of this drama are being felt far beyond the practice field. Cowboys legend Michael Irvin, never one to shy away from speaking his mind, weighed in on the situation during a national sports broadcast, and he didn't hold back. "This is what happens when leadership is unclear," Irvin said, his voice dripping with passion. "You need your veterans to step up, your stars to produce, and your coaches to hold people accountable." If Schottenheimer's saying he's done, then the front office better listen. Because if you don't clean this up now, it festers. And festering turns into losing. And make no mistake, the Cowboys cannot afford to lose. Not in this division, not with this payroll, not with Jerry Jones watching every move like a hawk. Irvin's words hit hard because they ring true. The NFC East is a brutal division, with the Philadelphia Eagles and Washington Commanders both looking like playoff contenders. Dallas can't afford to let internal drama derail their season. Speaking of Jerry Jones, where does the Cowboys owner stand in all of this? Jones has been a vocal supporter of Ferguson in the past, famously calling him one of the smartest guys in the room during last year's training camp. But now, he's facing a tough decision. Does he back his offensive coordinator, who's clearly fed up and demanding accountability? Or does he protect his investment in Ferguson, a player he believed could be a cornerstone of the franchise? Sources say Jones is deeply involved in internal discussions about how to handle the situation, but he stayed silent publicly for now. That silence, though, speaks volumes. Jones is known for his hands-on approach, and you can bet he's not sitting idly by while his team unravels. The question is, which way will he lean? If he sides with Schottenheimer, Ferguson could be on his way out. If he backs Ferguson, it could create a rift with the coaching staff. Either way, the fallout is going to be messy. The reaction from Cowboys Nation has been nothing short of a firestorm. Social media, especially XS, has exploded with takes from fans, analysts, and even former players. Hashtags like Done with Ferg and Shutty Snaps trended briefly after the incident leaked, with fans split down the middle. Some are defending Ferguson, arguing that he's just in a slump and needs time to regain his confidence. He's young, give him a break, one fan posted. Every player goes through rough patches. Cutting him now would be insane. Others, though, are ready to move on. Bench him or trade him, another fan wrote. If he's not executing, we can't afford to wait around. This is the Cowboys, not a rebuilding team. Sports radio in Dallas has been a non-stop circus, with callers dissecting every word of Schottenheimer's outburst and speculating about what it means for the team's Super Bowl hopes. One caller summed it up perfectly. If the coaches are blowing up in June, what's going to happen when we get punched in the mouth in November? That's the million-dollar question, folks. Let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. The Cowboys' 2025 season was already a high-stakes gamble. After years of coming up short in the playoffs, the pressure on Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott, and the entire organization is at an all-time high. Jerry Jones has made it clear this team needs to make a deep postseason run, or heads will roll. The offense, which was supposed to be a strength with weapons like CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and a supposedly reliable tight end in Ferguson, has been inconsistent at best. The defense, led by stars like Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, is still a force, but even they can't carry the team if the offense keeps stalling out. And now, with this internal drama spilling into the open, the Cowboys are at a crossroads. Can they rally around this adversity and use it as motivation? Or will it fracture the team even further, turning a promising season into another disappointment? What's next for the Cowboys? The coming weeks are going to be absolutely critical. Schottenheimer, sources say, is doubling down on his demand for accountability. He's reportedly taken more control of offensive meetings, laying down the law with every position group. No one's exempt, one insider said. He's making it clear that if you're not performing, you're not playing, period. Whether this hardline approach will galvanize the team or create more tension remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Ferguson's every move will be under a microscope. Every catch, every block, every route he runs will be scrutinized by coaches, teammates, and fans alike. If he can turn things around and regain the trust of Schottenheimer and Prescott, he might be able to salvage his role. But if he continues to struggle, don't be surprised if Peyton Hendershot or Juwan Bell starts eating into his snaps, or if Ferguson finds himself on the trading block. The schedule isn't doing the Cowboys any favors either. The NFC East is as competitive as ever, and the upcoming slate of games includes matchups against tough opponents like the Eagles, Commanders, and even a road trip to face the defending NFC champion, San Francisco 49ers. Dallas can't afford to be distracted by locker room drama when they're facing teams that are ready to exploit any weakness. If the Cowboys are going to make a Super Bowl run, they need to get their house in order and fast. That means Schottenheimer and Ferguson need to find a way to coexist, or one of them needs to go. It means Dak Prescott needs to step up as a leader and rally his teammates. And it means Jerry Jones needs to make some tough decisions about the direction of this franchise. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what this all means for Cowboys Nation. This fan base has been through it all: decades of heartbreak, moments of glory, and endless drama. But this latest saga feels different. It's not just about one player or one coach. It's about a team that's teetering on the edge of greatness or collapse. The Cowboys have the talent to compete with anyone in the NFL, but talent alone doesn't win championships. Chemistry, discipline, and leadership do. Right now, those things are in short supply in Dallas. Can they turn it around? Can Brian Schottenheimer and Jake Ferguson mend their fractured relationship? Can Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott steer this ship back on course? Or will this be another season where the Cowboys fall short of their potential, leaving fans to wonder what could have been? One thing's for sure, The eyes of the NFL world are on Dallas right now. This is a story that's far from over, and you can bet we'll be following every twist and turn here on the channel. So, what do you think, Cowboys Nation? Is Jake Ferguson done in Dallas, or can he bounce back? Should Jerry Jones back his coach or his player? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update on this developing drama.